In recent years, variety shows have garnered a steady increase of popularity in China, with the emergence of a range of variety shows that focus on comedy, music, debate, travel, and more. One particular category that's been my favourite is dance variety shows. So today we're going to talk a little bit about some of the dance variety shows that I think are worth looking into. 这就是街舞, Street Dance of China. As the name suggests, the Street Dance of China focuses on the street dances of, well, China, whilst also inviting world-class dancers from all over the world to participate and compete in a series of competitions. Aimed at a younger audience, the show invites 4 well-known singer-dancers to act as team captains, forming 4 unique dance crews with professional dancers who will audition and then compete under these teams. The show makes it super easy for audiences like me, who knows nothing about street dance, to get to know all the different genres. There are always friendly snippets to introduce and explain specific dance styles before performances, and even little captions during the routines to teach us the names of specific moves. The dancers also try to incorporate pop culture and a range of themes to their performances, so that even if amateurs like me can't understand their techniques and whatnot, I'd still be able to enjoy them.
Magic into the world. But instead, he created.
Even though it's a competition, the dancers and captains all give off a very chill vibe, striking the perfect balance between professionalism and entertainment. Since a lot of these dancers are already well known and veterans of professional competitions, the show doesn't stress too much on techniques or skills, but rather artistic values and the ideas behind choreographies.
里边包括有羊皮鼓，然后一开场出来的口弦。所以呢，我也想用这样的音乐的元素和 trap 的这种东西进行一个融合，然后把民族和流行舞的东西做一个跨界。
This offers room for our talented dancer choreographers, who are usually in the hidden credits, to take centre stage in the competition as they try to convey different stories and themes with their dance pieces. For example, take a look at Ma Xiaolong, Derek Ma, an urban and jazz dance choreographer and my absolute favourite from across all 4 seasons. He never stops coming up with amazing ideas to incorporate into his performances, like telling a story about a girl with nightmares.
What do you want from me? Why don't you run from me? What are you wondering? What do you know?
And this performance that offers a warning about traffic safety, where he restricts himself inside a car for over half the routine. And this one that I've watched over and over again, 受之以情, To Gift a Gu Qing, where he collaborates with French dancer Zico and infuses hip-hop with Chinese elements beautifully. Another reason why I love this show is that dancers and the captains are always looking for ways to bring something new to the stage. I love it when they go out of their comfort zones to integrate other dance styles into their routines, or when they collaborate with experts of a completely different genre. Not only does this allow dancers to show off their versatilities, but it's also interesting to see the chemistry between different dance styles. I'll be honest, I first clicked into the show because Wang Jiaer, Jackson Wang from GOT7, became one of the team captains in Season 3. But as the show went on, I became so invested in the dancers themselves, all super talented with unique personalities and stories, I actually went back to watch the previous 2 seasons as well. Season 4 finished just last October with another star-studded lineup as captains, and some amazing world-class dancers like multiple world hip-hop battle champion Boo Boo, Swiss popper Popping C, fathers of locking in Japan, the Go-Go Brothers, and more. Season 4 has met most of my expectations with some excellent performances, even after such an awesome Season 3. But the finals wasn't... I'd skip them if I were you.
欢迎来到舞蹈风暴。
舞蹈风暴, Dance Smash. Different from Street Dance of China, Dance Smash... Minus 100 points to whoever came up with that English name. Dance Smash brings all genres of dance onto one stage. There's ballroom dance, folk dance, Chinese classical dance, ballet, contemporary, street dance, you name it, they've got it. And what's not to love? It's beautiful people doing beautiful things. The whole vibe of the show is less casual and playful compared to SDC, with judges that are distinguished experts and critics of dance, plus a casual singer-dancer on the panel to attract the younger audience. But the competition feels more like a friendly match, since so many of them are already distinguished experts of their genres, and a lot of the dancers are even frequent collaborators. Where many of these performances can normally only be seen offline in theatres and dance clubs, the show brings these wonderful dancers together onto one stage to perform and present their talents in front of a large audience. Without a huge interest in dance and theatre amongst the general public, especially in China, a lot of these dancers have quietly persevered and lived out their dreams in overlooked corners of the world. Like Chinese ballet legend Tan Yuanyuan, who became the principal dancer of the San Francisco Ballet Company at the age of 20, and to this day remains in that position after 25 years. She came on the show after being off the stage for 7 months due to COVID, only for the joy of performance and to bring her ballet back to the audience. The show also invites dancers who are recognized experts of their genre, like Li Xiang, a giant in Chinese classical dance who always looks like he's dancing on a cloud. And dance sport athletes Hou Yao and Zhang Ting, always bringing passion to the stage. And my favourite, the principal dancers of Liaoning Ballet Ensemble, Wang Zhanfeng and Ao Dingwen, who are true artists that bring every story to life with beauty and grace. They've single-handedly convinced me to put Visit Liaoning on my bucket list, even if only just to see them perform live. Although I hear that they're touring all over China now, so as soon as COVID's over... Anyway, back to the Liaoning principals. My favourite performance from them is Shou Hou, Guardian, where the competition challenges them to dance with the Chinese umbrella, and they absolutely nailed it. The show currently has 2 seasons, and as with Street Dance of China, both are free on YouTube with official English subs for our viewing pleasure. 5000年, Dance Millennium. Bilibili, a Chinese video platform on the rise, think of it as like a Chinese YouTube plus Netflix for animes, has been coming up with some great original shows, and Dance Millennium is their latest smash. The brains behind Dance Millennium are the well-known Henan Weishi, Henan Satellite TV, whose recent short film and its dance segment, Qi, Prayers, went viral in China. The film depicts Luoshen, one of China's river goddess, dancing underwater, and it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Make sure to go watch that as well. I happened to click onto the show because, well, the 8 from 17 was on it, along with a few other actors that I wasn't too familiar with. But then I was pleasantly surprised to find that Hua Xiaoyi, another favourite of mine on the 2nd season of Dance Smash, was also on the show. So a quick TMI about Hua Xiaoyi. She was a prominent dancer on the rise and received multiple awards at a very young age. But then she took a break for a couple of years after she got married and had kids. Her return to dance and theatre had been a tough struggle, so it's great to see her back and doing what she loves so much. Unlike the previous 2 shows, Dance Millennium is a presentation rather than a competition and focuses entirely on Chinese classical and folk dance. There are 5 Jianwuguan, ambassadors who will basically act out different major historical periods of China to find performance pieces that can be written into 12风五志, the Book of Dances. I know, it sounds super complicated, but bear with me. In a nutshell, there are 2 parts to every episode. One part where the ambassadors play historical characters and tell us a story. Then the story will explain the origin and history of each dance. And then we get to see the dance. You with me? The performances are adapted and performed by students, professors, and dancer actors who all come from super prestigious dance academies in China. And through the show, we're able to see the emotions and passions of these dancers, whose talents are hidden from us simply because we're unfamiliar with these types of dances. So the show allows us to easily understand and access these unfamiliar genres, with the occasional historical and cultural knowledge sprinkled here and there as well. My only problem with the show is that the format is quite confusing, with a story within a story style, but the pros far outweigh the show's cons. For starters, the costumes, set, and even actors are all ridiculously beautiful, and you can tell that the arts team really put effort into every little detail. Even the music and cinematography of the whole thing looks more like some blockbuster film and not an indie variety program. Here, let me show you. The directors and producers went all over China just to find the perfect scenery that best fits each performance piece, and it was 110% worth all their efforts. Having said that, I'm gonna give the post-production team a -1 out of 10 for their green screens and sad CGs. They should have stuck with the real set and leave the high-tech stuff alone. I mean, 姐姐你很好看, but what the hell is happening behind you? That palace looks like it's made of cardboard! Bilibili as a platform is rather unfriendly to those who can't read Chinese, and Dance Millennium currently has no official subs. But most of these performances can still be found as cuts on YouTube. And well, zero Chinese is needed to appreciate these dancers and their talents, so there's no excuses whatsoever. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you next time!